how to wood carve a face. Ruben Llano here, carvings4everyone.com. And this video series is about how you can learn how to carve better faces. This is class number 1. This is a series number 1 for the faces. In this video series 1, we're going to divide the faces in different sections. We're going to start at the nose, the eyes, the mouth, the ears, so forth and so forth. So this class number 1, we're talking about the face, the nose, not the face, the nose. So in the video number 1, we're going to learn how to draw a nose. We're going to learn how to transfer that drawing into a block of wood like this one. You look kind of ugly right now, but it's way in the beginning. After we transfer it there, we can cut it off with a bandsaw, with a hand saw, or the saw, or any tools you have, any mediums available, or you can even draw it sideways, the profile, and you can carve it out with your chisels, and that way you get to that step. And also we're going to start carving it out. So remember that in the beginning it's going to look kind of ugly, like the piece right there look pretty ugly right now, but don't get too scared because everything in the beginning look ugly. But when you carve every day and every day and every day, you carve chisel and chisel and chisel it out, it's going to look much better. And that way, by the end, it's going to look perfect, and you're going to be master the technique of how you can wood carve in a face. So here I'm working in design. So this is the side view of the nose, and this will be the front view. So it's pretty much the same nose. You can see it's in there, and it's the same size. So it's extra large. Usually the human nose is going to be this almost double of the human size nose, but a regular nose. But you're going to make it bigger, and that way it will be easy for you to see what the nose should look like. So the bigger the better, because you will be able to see the nose better, and that way you only have a better view of the nose itself. We're only going to do the nose part over here. I drew on the eyes so we can see part of that. So the carving is probably going to come over somewhere over here, straight down, so it'll be this part of the nose or the face. So it's a good idea to, when you start carving, to create your drawings, like I said in the past videos. It's a good idea to go over your drawings. Even if you have a photocopy of the drawing, it's a good idea to go with pencil over, even if you, like I say, it's a photocopy, because what that happens, what it will do for you is that you are studying and you are kind of remembering your brain what part of the drawing you shaded. So when you carve in the area, automatic your brain will remember. You probably don't notice that, but your brain will remember that you draw that part, so he kind of knows what to do, and that way you teach your brain to remember the part of your carving that you're working on. Sometimes what I do before I go to bed, I think about what I did in the day. Like if I'm carving a face like this, usually I kind of memorize or remember. I went over, sometimes I go over what I did in the day, and I kind of think about what I'm going to do the next day, and that way through the night my brain or my mind will think about that, and then the next day I just go straight forward. So I already have a plan for the next day what I'm going to carve. And that way if I kind of go over at nighttime, I will know what to do next day, and it's easy in that way. You can meditate or thinking about what it's going to do and how it's going to do that part, especially if it has something that's complicated. Like trying to figure it out, I kind of think about how I can do it. So I kind of ask the question myself, how I can do this part when I carve it tomorrow, and the next day I kind of realize that I was able to do it in a different way, in an easy way. So that kind of helps sometimes, just to think about it, what you're going to do it, how you're going to do it. So over here you can see I use a male face. I'm trying to make like a regular normal nose. There's all different type of nose up there. We have a Spanish nose, Chinese nose, African nose, English nose, any type of nose. So it's all different all different types of nose. And I just choose this one. And also I was thinking about Michelangelo himself, so I can incorporate this area over here for, like, if you look David a little bit, David's kind of frowning a little bit, so So I was trying to make him more masculine in this kind of type of way. And I was thinking I like Michelangelo a lot. I studied Michelangelo a lot, so I was kind of trying to kind of give you some idea or some behind of the Michelangelo, the David. In some kind of way you can look at these parts over here. So this is pretty much how you create a drawing. What sometimes I like to do is like a tracer paper over this one, the second one, because I can see the dimensions on another one. So I try to copy the same height, so it look pretty much the same. So I can copy when I start carving. So these drawings will be available on my website, carvingsforeveryone.com, and there will be I will post this in there so you can download it. If you want to start carving this face, the nose, this will be available for you as a model. So it's pretty close now. I don't have to do much details in any of this because I'm just gonna finish it right here. The mouth is gonna be a different video, the same with the eye. We only focus on the nose. So we're gonna master the nose in this video series, and after we're gonna master the eye, and after the mouth, and after the ear. So that's our plan. So let's continue watching the rest of the video, and that way you can see how we can start carving the nose. Well, I found this piece of basswood. I had this piece of basswood for a while. It looked pretty bad and ugly. And I said, well, I'm going to give it a shot. I cut this ice and it looked okay, so I'm going to clean a little bit of the top with a hand planer. The hand planer worked pretty good. This is an old hand planer. You can buy one of those pretty much in any antique store or sometimes in any thrift store. Sometimes you can find one of those for $10, you know, $10, $15 the most. And it still worked pretty good. I used my table with my clamp over there. I don't try to plan it super good. I just try to clean the surface so I can see the drawing better. It looked pretty nice on the top. Look at that beautiful piece. Well, it's pretty much just going to carve away, so. I don't need it super clean, just that way I can draw my drawing. So we're ready to transfer the drawing into a blank of wood. I made sure to tape it pretty good with a masking tape. You can use a graphite paper, make sure it's the right size graphite paper. And that's the best way to transfer this. I'm gonna draw the eye anyway, I don't need it. I'm just gonna draw because in case I decide to carve more to the sides, but for now I'm gonna just draw the profile, and that way I can cut it off with a bandsaw. Make sure when you set on your blank wood you have your wood over here, so that way you can carve the nose. It's pretty much close to the edge. Let's say something like that. We have you probably cannot see that much in there because it's too dark, this piece of wood. So it's pretty much right there. You can redraw with a pencil, with a marker. draw the nose part. So we set up our template. We have a center line in the nose as well. So I know it's going to go pretty much like this. So there's the tip of the nose. I have it right there. And I'm going to secure with tape. So after that, we're going to use the carbon paper. So you can see we have the nose, the wings of the nose. So we had to pretty much bring this down to the level of the cheeks. This will be the cheek. The eyes start right over there pretty much. So the eyes, when you measurement the eyes, the same size of one eye will be, it's like you have 3 different eyes over here. It's like you have an eye over here, and eye over here. So it'll become 3. That's kind of proportion. So that's the end of the eye. This is the end of the eye. It will be the same distance in between the 2 eyes. Now let's go to the next step. And we're gonna take all this out and we're gonna go down. So it's time to start carving. So we're gonna start carving up. We look like we are ready. We already draw this. We cut it with the sidewise. Now we're gonna carve it out down vertical. What you can do is you can create a line like this, like in a triangle. So you can take all this out to the part of the nostrils that's down there. So this wood, I don't try this, have this wood for a long time. So this is aspen wood as well. It seems pretty nice wood. So in the beginning, you can use a mallet. You have different kinds of mallet. You can have a big one or a small one like this one. Or this is a bigger one. Depending what you got. In another video, I'm going to make a video how you can make your own mallet. Very simple. See how good is split right there? Is because the good grain is right there, so you have to watch for that. We're here getting pretty close to the nostrils. And when you come over here, you can see it split that way. But I was not worried that much because I know I had to make it the whole face. There's this part over here, so you have to watch how the wood split. So it looks like it's going to split this way. So you're going to stop like a breaking line over there like I did it. So I know it's going to stop right there. If I do that, then it's going to stop right there. This nose is double. It means it's one size bigger than the normal nose. My nose is about this big. There's 2 noses in there. Right now I'm using a number 2. This is a German type. Or they have a number 8 over here. Seems like these days my favorite is number 8. for some reason. I don't know why. Sometimes you grab a chisel. You kind of get used to work with a chisel. That's what you kind of use. So you can cut it straight like that. Establish like a triangle. But I didn't do it. I just went over here more to the edge of the nose. So that's one way you can take that first, make that triangle, and that way you'll be a little more safe. You can take it more after. Always remember yourself. If you cover toward you, make sure you know that you're going to stop before you hit yourself. So the gouge, I don't know, uses a first class for you. The gouges is like a spoon. They have the shape. This is the inside of the gouge. This is the back of the gouge. They have this is the main part. The main part of the gouge is you want to get this rusty, because you create a rust that can become a pocket, and you sharpen edge. So this when this is a straight edge, there's nothing curved up there. It's all real straight. And this one is the one who has the angle. The back has the angle. So if this gets rust over here, doesn't matter because you grind it out. So the angle over there is going to point it, so it connected to the flat surface like that. That's where it's going to create the sharp edge for your carving. So that's the main part. And this is a regular carbon steel chisels. And I use different. I have a few different types. I have some made in Switzerland. This is made in Switzerland, Swiss made, and I have the German ones. This is made in Germany. That's kind of the type I bought a long time ago when I bought my chisels. So you can take the contour of your nose and you get it down kind of an angle like this. Like if you have a face, you have to remember over here it's going to be the cheek. So remember that in the beginning it's going to look kind of ugly, like the piece right there look pretty ugly right now, but don't get too scared because everything in the beginning look ugly. But when you carve every day and every day and every day, you carve chisel and chisel and chisel it out, it's going to look much better. And that way, by the end, it's going to look perfect, and you're going to be master the technique of how you can wood carve in a face. Thank you for watching this class number 1. You see how we draw the picture of the nose, well, how we can transfer it to this block of wood, and how we cut it with the bandsaw, how we can start carving. So this is a good idea for you to follow me, and that way you get your own block of wood and start carving, and that way you can learn the process of how you can carve better noses. I will see you tomorrow in the next class. We continue roughing it out, and that way it will look much better for tomorrow. Tomorrow we start carving it up and carve it up and carve it up. We can work a little bit in this part over here, and that will look better, and that way you don't get too scared. They still look pretty bad, but remember this is just the beginning, and this is a step-by-step class. So as we go slow, and that way you can learn, because I can make it the whole video real fast. I can carve it, I can paste it out and fast forward things like this and back and forth like that, but you will miss the point. So that's why I'm making these classes step by step for beginners or for even advanced, because I want you to learn. Because if I go too fast, you will miss it, and you will miss that step, and you will get frustrated again, and you don't know what to do. So that's why with these classes, they are step by step, like if you go to school. So this is a academy for wood carving. So thank you for watching, and I will see you tomorrow in the next class. Kachala pum pa!